Evening, all my little lions and lionesses and sissy flows out there. Caddie here with you tonight, feeling a bit princessy and capity, and well, I have what's effectively a bit of a story time for tonight. And combined kind of a thought, but we'll file it as story time just because I like to put things in neat little boxes. Assuming my head wants to stay on straight. Anyway, sweet treats. We'll start back when I was just a little cub. Going to elementary school, Mom would pack my lunch. Surprise, surprise. Um, I was a picky eater, so I was not so big a fan of the school lunch, about 90% of the time. Especially since much of it involved things like mashed potatoes and neon green gravy. Or cheeseburgers, stuff like that. Things that I really had no interest in. So, again, Mom packed lunch. This is normal. Now, something that was kind of consistent throughout my childhood, I liked zebra cakes and a lot of other Little Debbie products, but zebra cakes were probably one of my highest ranked happy treats. Note, I still buy them today. So, um, they come in 2 packs. In the box is 10 total cakes, split into 5 packets of 2 cakes. So, my mother would, in her um, health frugality, open the pack of zebra cakes, take one zebra cake, and put it in a sandwich baggie and put it in my lunch. Now, a pack of 2 cakes, 1 cake. Now, this being in comparison to all my other friends who would get things like Little Debbie's and Hostess and whatnot, mostly Hostess. My friends had more money than we did. Hostess was expensive. Little Debbie, she was cheap. So, we were getting what was cheap. Anyway, they would get the full package, or 2 units worth of food normally, whereas I would get one. I would get 1 zebra cake. So, from a small childhood, I always wished I could have a full serving of treat. In addition to this, because I knew I was going to have limited supplies of sugar products, I was very conservative with what I did get and how to eat it. When it would come to Halloween trick or treat, I would hit the entire town. I would go to every house in Apollo that would be willing to give out candy. This is a very small town, but it is a lot of hills, like really steep hills. Like the kind of hills that sometimes they stop having sidewalk and sometimes it turns into stairs, steep hills. Not kidding. That's the kind of town I grew up in. And I would go up and down all these streets and get every door that had a light on and get treats. And I knew where I got the best treats too. That section down below the train tracks where all the old people lived and no one went to. Full-size candy bar section. That was totes full-size candy bar or grab bags full of small ones. My grandmother was down there. She was the grab bag, like she'd make a sandwich baggie full of fun size for every kid. And she'd get like 10 kids a year. I didn't understand it. Everybody down there was giving super amounts of candy and no one would go down there. The one dude all the way in the bottom corner of that area, every year, full-size candy bar man. Every year. Always visited his house. Later found out he was the gay guy, but was kind of in the closet till his mother died. Go figure. When Mom died, boyfriend moved in. Ta-da! Anyway, that's a minor side note. In any case, I would get all of this candy from this small town, the 1,400 and some people population town. I would hit every house, get a big bag full of candy, and I would ration it out because I knew I had limited supply of sugar stuff from my mother because she wouldn't let us have it. And, well, certain things ended up getting left behind and found years later as they broke down. Jolly Ranchers turn to goop when left on their own expenses because they were like the last thing I would eat. I never liked them. Just a little bite of hard candy that felt like it stuck around way too long. Now, all my good stuff like Reese Cups and Snickers and Milky Ways and stuff like that, those would always get killed ASAP. Those were the first things to get downed. I would be very protective of those. I knew how many I got and how many I ate. Mom had the special thought of, well, why don't you just take some of those as in your lunch instead of your little Debbie cake? No, no, no. Give me my one little Debbie per day. I will eat my candy on my own, in my own discretion. That is my bonus sugar. So, fast forward to after I got out of uh, high school, college, and now I'm starting to pay for my own food. I've been paying for my own food since college, except on the weekends I'd eat food at home because I'm at my parents' house. Um, I already had started to buy more goodies for myself, but I was very frugal in college because I didn't have a lot of income. Now, after college, when I had my first real job, I, on my way home, was the Hostess Bakery outlet. Now, Hostess was the Holy Grail. Little Debbie, she was good. Hostess was the king. And I got wind of the place that would sell me Hostess, like day or two old products, at like a third of the price. It's like I hit nirvana. Not only would you get them at low prices like that, sometimes you get them in bulk discount. Um, and for some reason, right when I started to buy from there, they'd been having bonus packs of the cupcakes, like the ones from like gas stations. The They were, instead of two cupcakes, they had three cupcakes in a pack, and they didn't change the price for the day oldiness. So get like five of them and get the sixth one free, and they were already cheaper than buying them by the box of just cupcakes, the store shelf box model. So it was just easy cake. So I would buy tons of this stuff, and I would every day for my work lunch pack like a pack of cupcakes and maybe a pack of Twinkies or Little Debbie like zebra cakes or something, or zingers or whatever cakey sought my fancy, because there was no one telling me I couldn't anymore. This continued on through several jobs where I would just eat all of the sugary bits that I wanted, that I felt like I'd been denied all my childhood. Um, and it was around the time that Autumn first had visited me before we became a, you know, living together couple. He saw me going to work and how much sugar I put in my lunch bag. And he was like, "Why are you eating so much?" I realized how much I was eating. So pretty quickly, I did start to cut back. Um, I wasn't eating that much. At this point, I was now at a desk job, so I wasn't getting a lot of extra exercise. And I was eating a bunch of extra sugar. And right around the time I was at like 25-ish, so metabolism, that's just shut off for the rest of my life. You hit your cutoff point. Um, so I started to cut down. Um, and maybe a year later is when we moved in together after that. And I'd already really cut down significantly at this point in just about a year time. And over the 8 years we lived in Carlisle, I kept trying to cut down and cut down and cut down and cut down. This doesn't mean I don't like buying this stuff. I did keep buying it. I do still buy it today. But I have come to a extreme limitation point. When it comes to my lunchtime, I do eat a pair of snack cake of some kind, like a pack of zebra cakes, both cakes, a couple of Twinkies or a couple of oatmeal cream pies or whatever. Two snack cakes every day is at my lunchtime, no question. But when it comes to every other time of the day, I try to avoid eating cookies and cakes and things. I usually have something after dinner, maybe a couple of cookies or something like that, and maybe something late in the evening, like another couple of cookies. Like, seriously, a couple of cookies, not a couple handfuls of cookies. So that's where I'm at today on what I actually eat. Now, my shopping does not represent my eating. It is hard to tell you know, my hungry tummy when I'm shopping that I don't need to buy everything that I buy, but I do it anyway. um, I know I need exactly 10 units of Little Debbie or Hostess or whatever for a work week. 10 cupcakes, 10 total zebra cakes, 10 whatever. I need 10 units per week. Um, it is hard for me to buy less than 2 weeks worth of snack cakes at any given shopping trip. I don't know why. It's almost impossible for me to get away with over 2 weeks worth of snack cakes. I don't eat more than the amount. I actually really specifically only eat the two a day per work day. Weekends, generally don't even touch the things. But I also buy big box of cookies, the bakery type cookies that grocery stores have in the plastic container. Not like Oreos, but I mean the nice cookies from the bakery section at the front of the store. And they all look pretty and delish. Meyer really has good cookies, and I like buying them. The peanut butter ones are amazing. The oatmeal ones, oh, right now they have apple pie ones out. Oh, they still my heart. Those are delish. And I got a pack of pumpkin ones, which I haven't had a chance to try yet because I have too many cookies. Um, I'll buy things like candy. See, the difference between a kid and an adult. A kid begs for that one Reese cup pack at the checkout line. The adult goes, you know, there's a candy out in the back of the store where you can buy a bag of Reese cups? Yeah, that's me. I figured out where the bags are in the back, and I'll buy the bag and it'll sit in the kitchen. Um, that's dumb, but I do it anyway. I'll still buy things like pie here and there, or donuts, or ice cream. But I'm so limited on how much I let myself have, I tend to have it pile up. Um, good thing is I have variety, and I don't feel like I'm having to have a bunch of it so that I've had my share and Autumn doesn't eat all of it. But I mean, he doesn't. He eats like a bird, so I don't have to worry too much about that. In fact, if there was a last of something, he would end up leaving it because he's worried I'm not going to have it. So there's that. And he doesn't touch my Hostess stuff at all, or Little Debbie's. I don't know if he does it out of respect or if he just doesn't want that stuff at all. But there's plenty of other sugar in the house, so it's not like I'm limiting him. In fact, I specifically buy us each different ice cream when I buy ice cream, so I'll buy some for him and some for me. And I will replace his when it is getting empty. Same thing with mine. Trying to make sure we pick flavors that I know we'll each like and will know is definitely our flavor, not the other person's. But it's weird going from when I was little, wanting, craving, desiring that one more zebra cake as a kid. And now as an adult, I buy that zebra cake plus all of its friends, and I still just eat the two. um, yes, there was that brief period in the middle where as soon as I was free, I just went crazy because I was finally out of someone telling me no. Um, had I been given that second zebra cake that whole time, it wouldn't have made me any fatter. I'm like flat out. I was fat after third grade on. Um, and we actually pulled that back to someone decided that I needed to have mercury drilled into my teeth, and as soon as it was put in there, my thyroid stopped working. We had that drilled out. My thyroid started back up again, and I regained a metabolism. Ta-da! Don't put mercury in your face. Simple logic. um, that was actually kind of scary because I'd been on thyroid medicine up to that point, and as soon as it got drilled out, the very next day, I seriously overdosed on my thyroid medication because all of a sudden I was producing the right stuff. It was just like a light switch. As soon as the mercury was gone out of my face, my thyroid just went on an overdrive. Like, oh, you needed T3s, turn to T4s, or whatever that is. I forget what it does. I mean, that was back when I was a teenager, so memory not so perfect. But yeah, lost weight right then. Gained it all back when I got a desk job because I was not active and the metabolism basically stops when you hit like 26 for most adults. Meaning you have to keep active or y'all gonna get big. Anyway, yeah. So, do you have any regulation on how you eat your sweet foods or how you buy them? You have to buy only like one bag of cookies, or you're going to risk eating, you know, all 20 bags of cookies you potentially could buy? Or do you buy the 20 bags of cookies so that you basically know you don't have to eat the bag of cookies fast so that you make sure you get your share? Or do you have a specific type of dessert you like to have on hand? Are you an apple pie person? Or are you a sheet caker? Do you like scones? I don't know. Uh, apple turnovers. Um, Let me know. What is your sweet tooth and how you deal with it? Let me know in the comments. Um, and of course, don't forget to like and subscribe, and hit the little dingly bell at the bottom. It lets you know when I post new videos. And my Patreon link will be in the description below. I do love all my watchers there. I really appreciate all of you, especially my patrons. You are wonderful. You do make me know that there is some value in doing this, and I really appreciate that. So for now, definitely want to thank all my beautiful princess fluffs and sissy puffs for taking the time to watch my videos, and I hope you all have a fluffy, satiny rest of your day, and preferably have a little treat. You deserve it. Both zebra cakes. Okay. Bye, Cubs.